Hello everyone, this is Lorena, and I'm back with another Duel Links video. You know, Zexal World is a very interesting world, because it's just like, it's just so special. Like, am I really treating Quattro like I'm a fan? I don't think so. I deserve to be told to act like one, but I'm probably the only person that really needs to be asked that. I mean, told that. And I just think it's so fitting for that dialogue to be there every time I'm dueling Quattro when I win. I also think it's funny that Mazar called me out, so what the hell is going on with Zexal World? Because it's like it knows, but it doesn't. Okay, Yami Bakura is here to defend his status as a villain, and I'm just like, I already admitted you're a better one. Leave me alone. Or don't, I don't care, I will still kick your ass. You know, he was a pretty good villain, but in my defense, I can still talk trash. So, I'm not necessarily the nicest person out there, even if I'm not the most villainous. And I'm definitely not going around with, I'm definitely not going around taking out the Millennium. I'm not trying to get all the Millennium items, because one, I don't really... The fucking hell are you doing? Why are you using this against me? I may not be a villain exactly, but I can still be brutal as hell. Can you just stop? If you refuse, I will have to destroy you myself. I will go do that. Hold on a second. Sit right there. I've got plans for you. I cannot believe you are forcing me to do this. You are not forcing me to do this. I'm doing this of my own free will. My own volition. I'm doing this because I want to. Now. And now deal with the pain. Deal with the pain, okay? I had to do it. So you had to do it too. Because I think it is fair, and I think it is justified. What are you doing? Why are you trying to piss me off? That is a bad decision. I do not even know why I'm acting this pissed off. Well, it's not an act, to be honest. I really do not want to lose, and you are not getting in my way. He will try to get in my way. Now let's see if I do some random math in my head. Have I lost this? Hold on. Huh. I don't know if I can't do math in my head. But I don't think that looks good for me. You may be like, what are you doing? Preserving my capability to survive in this duel, preferably. You know, I'd really like to... Yes! I am going to kick your ass. Alright, now what are you going to do? Are you going to use Dark Hole on me? Do you think I'm afraid of your Dark Holes? I'm not afraid of shit. I'm glad you agree. Messing with me is a terrible idea. I'm glad you have learned this, though you're probably going to do it again. You'll come up with some other plan and decide to destroy me again. And then you'll fail again because I'm a bitch. Alright, let's do this. I have one more daily range duel. Let's see who it is this time. I need to make sure that I win. I need more wins if I want to max out. I'm also running out of time if I want to do that. Okay. A big deal. I've seen some people that are using different skills. But why am I going first? You could have given that to my opponent. Why can't my opponent go first instead of me? Although technically that would still be... You know what? We're going to ignore whatever logic No. Alright. This is going to be painful, probably, but we'll see how far I can get. We'll see if I can get the wins. We'll see which of us gets luckier. And I hope that person is me. Because I definitely could use some luck. You know, he could put super polymerization in his hand, and I'd make it so easy for him. I don't like this at all. Oh my god. Well, that is the only protection I had against anything. Alright. Sure. You know, I'm not really sure which card he's going to get rid of. Because he has two options. And you know, there's one card in his, probably in his extra deck. And that can have one of my monsters attack if he summons it. So, then... You know, I don't really want him to do it, but he can do whatever he wants because I can't stop him. This is what happens when I go first. I become incompetent. Okay. Well, shit. So what is he planning to do then? Well, it should be obvious. He can just use super polymerization on both monsters on the field. Why am I even asking that question when I've... Oh my god. You know, I know he's using a different skill, but this isn't much better than a normal mirror match. It's really not much better than a normal mirror match. I'm telling the truth here. It's basically the same thing. Which is obvious, I know. I think he probably set super polymerization. Which is not good. What should I do about this? I don't know. I can put it in my hand. But what does that accomplish? Why am I doing this? No. Okay, well, it's on the field now. And unfortunately, this is what I decided to do. I had to set it. So now if he destroys it, that's my fault. But in all fairness, I still think I've got a decent chance to win. But now give me a second. I need to watch something. And now I think he set super polymerization, but I somehow managed to do it on accident. I just didn't want to use it. That'd be dumb. I want him to use his first. Because then he can't use it again. And then I can use it. And now, obviously, if he decides to use super polymerization, it's... Well, he doesn't really have to use any of his monsters. Although, technically... You know what? Oh, you know what? Fine. You forced my hand on this one. You forced my hand, and that is... Hold on a second. And now, this isn't good because he forced me to use it. He forced me to use mine. That's not a good thing. Maybe I have a big enough field that I'll be safe. I say in my own delusional mind. Okay, go ahead. Okay, yeah, that's painful. I'm sure I'll live. I'll be fine. It's only going to hurt a lot. Probably. Oh my god. This is what I thought he was going to do, and I'm kind of screwed now. I might be able to pull out a win just barely, but I doubt it. Although, yeah, if I do some basic... Okay, and I win. Thank God. It was so hard. I'm just going to call future encounters from now on a mirror match. Unless, of course, it's revealed to not be one. But that only counts if my opponent is using a different archetype. Honestly. This is ridiculous. I've defeated the raid boss 50 times. I mean, 44 times. I can read, trust me. I don't always prove it very well, though. I think I should duel the raid boss. I'm going to go do that. I need to do more assist duels, so let's go. Yeah, you guys just saw Quattro sitting there. That's why I said that I don't have the same compulsion to kick his ass. I do sometimes have that compulsion. It's just right now I don't. Right now, I have to destroy a different raid boss. I don't know if I destroyed Quattro that many times, though. Did I really ever destroy him properly? I mean, every now and then, probably, but I didn't have much support for anything. And that's not good if you want to destroy someone in this world. My account was just so new when Quattro's event was rerun. So I couldn't really do much of anything. But I got some wins. I'm not satisfied with them. I'd like to try again. Meanwhile, everyone is just like, if you want to duel Quadro, go duel him right now. We saw him already. What the hell are you on? I'm on copium. I'm taking a dangerous amount. I'm taking a dangerous amount of copium. You may be like, what is it for? Anything that I want, basically. If I want it, it counts. You think you can take me out? No, Mazar, you can't. Well, you have done so on a number of occasions we will not mention, but those were just bad RNG, so I can't really consider those an actual defeat. I don't consider those to be defeat. I only consider defeat to be when I mess up, and you know, my logic doesn't make any sense. And Mazar wants to... Okay, alright, I get it, I understand. But I absolutely will... You know, I think I've lost this one. I've lost the argument. Doesn't really matter which argument we're talking about. I've lost the argument. However, I have not lost yet. So deal with it, Mazar. Okay, wait a minute. Damn. It appears that I have been the one. You know what? Oh, God. Well, not only do I lose the argument, I lose the duel. And just because he wants to show people that he has, in fact, beaten me on a number of occasions. Okay, Mazar, sure. This timing is insane. It's like he actually heard me. He seems to be doing that a lot for some reason. Is there something you want to tell me, Mazar? Are you okay? Did you get dragged to hell for some reason? Do you need help? You know, I hear you might be a target, Mazar. You know what happens to Alito? But what if you're next? Oh my God. I don't think he is, though. If I go back to the script, I don't think so. Now let me go through my mind and determine. Okay, let's see. I think Girag and Alito dueled and they took each other out. And then I think Durbay and Murag were taken out, leaving Mazar, Nash, and Vector just alive. And Nash pissed off again because for some reason he just needs to be in angst a lot. You already did that plot thread. Why Studio Gallop? Seriously, why? It's just bad writing to introduce a character like that and then mess that up. You were doing so well until you messed up. Honestly. And I have no idea when Mazar was taken out. I believe I stopped watching roughly around the time Kite died, or whenever Murag and Durbay were destroyed. It was roughly around that point that I stopped watching. And you may be thinking, why did you stop there? Well, it's just a coincidence, actually. I had a lot going on, and it was hard to read at that time because, well, I know that people want to go and be like, a fat positivity and all that, and I'm good with you on this one, okay? But there is a point when you develop health problems as a result of your weight. Those do happen. And I was dealing with one of those for quite some time. And those issues started to happen roughly around Zexal era. Or was it at the beginning of Arc 5? I can't remember, but it was definitely roughly around that time. And I was heavily obese. And we're not talking about, let's be positive about this. No. We're talking about, I was eating bags of Cheetos in one sitting. And obviously, I would become obese from that. So, this isn't a matter of I have a bad opinion of my appearance. It was entirely a matter of you need to lose weight or you're going to get diabetes. So I lost weight, and I know I was diagnosed with sleep apnea and pre-diabetes during the time that I was obese. And I don't know if I still have pre-diabetes, but I'm definitely still at risk. And as far as I know, I don't think I've got sleep apnea again. Because if I did, I would know. Trust me. I would barely stay awake. So I think I'm good with sleep apnea, especially since I was at the very bare minimum line for that diagnosis. So I think I recovered from that just by losing weight. And now, pre-diabetes, I'm not so sure on. But it's possible I recovered from it. I just don't know on that one. I think I'm more at risk with that. So I could still be pre-diabetic. But considering all the weight I've lost, I just can't tell you if that's true or not. You may be like, why are you discussing sensitive why are you discussing this shit? And because I can. Why did I even get on this subject? I must be hungry. I must be very hungry. But seriously, how did I get on that? How did I... Now, I did like my body back in the day, but I think it looks better now. Because it's healthier for me. I developed health issues because I was so obese. That's not shaming myself or other people roughly the same weight. If you are roughly the same weight, you're probably at least taller. So that, you've got that going for you. Weird. Weird that I would talk about this. I guess I'll do a quattro. Okay, sure. What got me on the topic of this? Okay, let's see. Oh, right. It got difficult to watch Zexal because I could barely stay awake. Yeah, I had issues reading the subs because I was just so tired and exhausted. And some days I just couldn't be up. I would just go to bed. And I had some issues for a while until finally I just, you know, I'm going to be honest with all of you. I'm going to be very, very honest. Are you ready for the honesty? I am hungry. But I am more thirsty than hungry. So, there is that. And also, how does it feel to be on the losing end of a raid boss deck? It's not even a raid boss deck for you, for that matter. Because I didn't have anything like this when your raid event happened. But at least I got to do yours. I would be salty if I missed yours as well. And that's about as normal as I'm going to get, Quattro. So deal with it. Because I'm not going to be normal. Although, I would like to apologize for nothing. I did not apologize for anything. I meant everything that left my mouth. I do not feel like being normal or a normal fan anytime this year, or this decade, or this century. So, go have fun. Have fun doing other people. Shark is saying he will not forgive Quattro. Meanwhile, I'm just like, but you kind of did though, bro. You kind of did. So, you know, it's kind of unfortunate. Really, it is. Considering some things that had to be done. I wonder if we can consider that to be lazy writing too. We'll debate this later. I'm not going to debate this though. Everyone else can do that. I'm too lazy for this shit. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap things up for this video. I'm going to go eat and also drink some water because I'm thirsty and I really have to do other things, honestly.